quick video on this celery stock that I made. So I made some celery stock as part of an experiment to see if I could get like an umami flavour out of the celery, because I think it always adds a nice savouriness to dishes where you don't actually taste celery, but it still gives like a umami savouriness to something. So what I did was I made this stock, and then I reduced it by half to kind of concentrate the flavour and see if it kind of intensified and what it would do. And I noticed that it went a little bit gloopy. Now I don't know if that was because it was in the fridge for about 4 days before I used it. I got a bit sidetracked, like I always do. And I just kind of wanted to do that experiment again, see if once I've reduced it and I put it in the fridge and it's cold, then it goes a little bit gloopy. So I want to recreate the experiment. So I have 1.5 kilos worth of chopped celery in here. That's the weight of the celery after I've washed it and chopped any kind of like brown bits off and bits that we don't kind of want in the stock. And then there was a litre of liquid in there. Now, the celery was a little bit woody, so it wasn't as I wanted to say voluptuous, but that's the wrong word. So it wasn't as now I'm going to say juicy, which is going to make it sound even worse. So it wasn't particularly juicy celery. It was a little bit dry. It's probably the wrong time of year for celery, but it was cheap, and so what you can do. We'll kind of see how much liquid you kind of get out of this. So, but what I am going to do as well is I'm not just going to pure it down. I'm going to strain it through a sieve, and to sieve out all the fibrous material, so the little bits of string that goes all the way through the celery. I'm going to sieve that out first because I want to do something with the actual puree. So I'm just going to sieve that out, and I'm just going to use a coarse sieve. So that's quite a coarse one. We could put it through a thinner one, but that's going to take more work. I only really want to just remove like the excess amounts of string. We're going to blitz it with the hand blender. I'm not going to show you blitzing it because it takes a little while. We might need to add some more water to this, but I will say if I do add some more water. So use the blender or liquidizer as much as possible. That's going to make your life easier. Let this do the work rather than pushing it through the sieve, which is harder for you. Use the blender to pure it down as much as possible to make your life a little bit easier. So it's just a case of puring it all down and then pushing it through a sieve, and then we're going to take that thing that we've pushed through the sieve, then we're going to extract the actual liquid out of that. So I'll do that and then we're back. So it'll keep it short. Pured it down, and I have pushed it through that sieve. So it's just vegetable waste that's going to go in the compost. But that's kind of like the fibrous stuff that's left over, which I've sieved out. You don't need to do that if we're just making the stock. To be honest, you don't need to do it. You just put it through a cloth, just like that. So I've already put some through. So it takes its time to go through, and you just add a little bit more, and just leave it. And slowly over time, the stock will drip through the cloth. So it's a cloth that I folded into 4. So it's kind of quite thick. So we're only going to get the liquid underneath. I don't think you can see the liquid underneath, but we're left with the liquid underneath. Will pass through the cloth, and then we'll be left with the puree in there, which will, as that cools, it's still kind of a little bit hot. But once we put all that through the sieve and we're just left with the pulp in there, we'll give it a squeeze quite a few times and just squeeze out that excess amount of liquid. So we're left with a dry pulp in there and all the liquid underneath. Then we've extracted all the kind of flavour out of it. There'll be a little bit of flavour left in that, but not that much. And I suppose what we could do is we could then potentially take that liquid and re-puree in there and repeat the process, and then we'd get more flavour out of it, but we don't need to do that. So, but that's getting a bit excessive, isn't it? It's supposed to be a short video. So that'll go through there. When it cools, we'll squeeze it and move it around. That's me moving it around in there, because the outsides of the pulp will be where the majority of the moisture has come out around the sides, and where the cloth touches the pulp, that's where the majority of liquid will come out. But still quite in the centre, there'll be quite a lot of liquid still in the pulp in the centre, so we need to redisperse that pulp from the centre to the outsides, squish it all around in the bag, and then we'll get as much liquid out of it as possible. We have 1.8 litres worth of celery stock. Let's reduce that down to half, so I'll take it to 800 millilitres, and then we'll let it chill in the fridge overnight and see if it goes gloopy, like the other one did. I reduced it a little bit too far. So we've gone down from, was it 1.6 litres, we've gone down to 500 millilitres. So we've taken it down to just slightly over a third of what it was, which is fine. You know, I didn't want to add water back to it to kind of get it back up to that level, but it has gone gelatinous. So I don't know how much you can see that, but it's gone gelatinous. So I don't know what that is. I don't know why it's done that. I wonder if it's got like a, what's it called? Like if there's a natural gelling agent in it, like I want to call it gelinate, but it's not. So like agar type of thing. Is there something in the celery that makes it go like that? So that's obviously out of the fridge. So I don't know if it would be like, is it temperature? Is the temperature a kind of key to it? So it's because it's cold, so it jellifies when it's colder rather than if it was at like at room temperature. So like gelatin, if you keep it in the fridge, it's hard. With gelatin is cooler. When it's cooler, it sets firmer. Whereas if it's warmer, well, we can do the experiment, can't we? What we can do is we can just put it on my hand, and then if it turns into a liquid on my hand, we don't have to leave it out. I'm going to go out for a walk, so I was thinking, I'll just leave it out, and we'll go for a walk, and we'll kind of see what happens when it gets back to room temperature. But as I move it around my hand, it looks like it's becoming more liquid. So yeah, it's becoming more liquid in my hand. So it's certainly got a gelling agent in it. I don't know if gelatin only comes from animal products. So I don't know if it is a gelling agent, whereas some gelling agents, they just like a pectin sex. No, because you can melt a pectin, can't you, as well? So you can set a jam with a pectin, and then you can heat that jam, and it remelts. But the same with sugar as well. So when you apply heat to sugar, it becomes more liquid. So it's certainly got a lot of celery flavour to it. So I don't know. I don't know. It might just have a natural source of pectin in it. It might just have a natural source of pectin in it. But that's I don't know. I think that's interesting. I've never come across that before. I've never heard anyone kind of talk about celery having a natural setting agent in it. Let's not call it a gelatin. Let's not call it a pectin. It's got a setting agent in it. So that's just kind of quite interesting. It's not. Let's go whisk it. Let's put the whisk in there. It's got an interesting flavour to it. You see, that's mess. That's wash those spoons. So that's gone back to more of a liquid. So I don't know if having deja vu here. So I don't know if. See, now it's gone back to a liquid. So we've agitated it and we've broke it up. So I don't know. I don't know what that's down to. You know, I might have to do a bit of research. It's an interesting flavour though. That's a really interesting flavour. I shouldn't stick that spoon in again, should I? I don't know what we're going to do with that. So I think that's. I don't know what that is. If you do know, write in the comments. But I can't imagine anybody actually watch this video because it's interesting to me, but not really interesting to other people. But it's set, and now it's gone back to liquid. I'll put it back in the fridge and see if it resets itself. Because I've broken it up. So, but it might want to reset itself. But we'll see. But it's kind of gone back to. It's gone back to a liquid, so it's a little bit more viscose. I think that's the right word. I didn't pay enough attention in school. I find it a bit boring. So it's thicker than the actual stock. That might just be down to the vegetable matter. But anyway, so interesting all the same. Let's put it back in the fridge and see if it. And just allow it to see if it sets. It'll still be at the same temperature that it is in the fridge now, but if we leave it out, it'll get warmer, and we know that it melts with a little bit of heat. Also melts with a bit of agitation. So let's put it back in the fridge and see if anything happens with it while I'm out on my walk. So I actually did a bit of research, and the celery has got pectin in it. So that was obviously pectin. Now, and also in this research that I was reading, it said it's an emulsifier. Is celery juice, celery with pectin in. So, and then I was kind of thinking, well, that kind of makes sense. And it did remind me of when you cook some chickpeas, or when you buy some chickpeas in a can or a jar, it comes with the cooking liquid, and that cooking liquid can be used to make mayonnaise, a vegan mayonnaise. What's it called? Aqua V? No, I'm sure that's the vine. I'm sure that's for wine. Or aquavit? I can't remember. Anyway, so you can use that stuff to make mayonnaise without using eggs. So, can we use that celery juice to make mayonnaise? So, I'm not going to use it all. We're just going to use a little bit in the bottom. But I'm not into. Oh, that's not big enough, is it? Do you know? And this is why I make myself too much washing up. But, I don't want to make too much. So, the greeny colour. So we've got stick blender, which will stretch. Just. And then we're going to pour some oil in. What we're going to do is we're just going to tip off a bit more of that first. But it looks like it foamed slightly. It's foaming, isn't it? That's kind of quite interesting. So, do I need more space? Do I need to make more room? Do I need to move that pan to the back? Probably. Let's just pause and have a reshuffle around. Well, that hasn't made much difference because the cable's really not long enough. Let's have another shuffle around. That's better. I've given myself more cable space by just moving things around. So, let's do this way and we'll see how it goes. So just stick blender in there, and then a little bit of oil. It's not wanting to thicken. No, it's gone to liquid. I think we were just whipping air into it, actually. It's going round, isn't it? Yeah, it's going round. No, we were just whipping air into it. It didn't thicken up, did it? I don't think it is going to. Oh, that's so, no, it's just trying to homogenize it. Yeah, so that's not working as an emulsifier. It'll split out, will that? I can tell that already that there's too much oil. Maybe the problem was I was not adding it slow enough. Maybe. Let's do it another way around. Let's put some of that in. There. And let's have another go. Let's sneeze. Ooh. So. How can I do this without it? I've got something a bit better than that. Let me have a pause. So we've got the thing that the blender came with. See if that makes a difference. No, I think it's not going any thicker, it's just combining both. Let's carry on. No, I'll pause and then I'll carry on. Otherwise the video would just be too long. Nah, that's not working. Not to worry. It was worth a try, wasn't it? So, what am I going to do with that? Don't know. In all honesty, don't know. But we know that there is pectin in it. Not much pectin, but there is pectin in it. Interesting. A success? Not so sure.